Secrets. Hello, Mr. and Mrs.
You
Jones.
say that to everybody, you tinker.
How are you?
I'm all right, mate. How are you, Mike Brown? How are you, Sarah Brown?
Sarah Brown.
We're good. We're good, thank you. Yeah.
No,
Look at you all dressed for the part.
Yeah.
We are not. We're always Vegas up, though. This is nothing new. It's all we own.
You made the effort.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
we did.
exactly.
And also we made the effort for you, Sarah Brown.
No one told us it was a fancy dress.
There we go.
Right.
So, welcome to In the Window Seat.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. It's fantastic to be here.
Thank you for joining us. So obviously we all know you as the Las Vegas couple, yeah? But apart from probably Dylan and the trip to Vegas a couple of years ago, yeah, we don't really know that much more about you. But definitely not Sally, because we know a lot about Darren. But maybe share with us a little bit of the story when you met and all that sort of great stuff.
Go on, you lead off on that.
Do I?
Yes, mate.
Where do we go? Where do we go back
Well,
to?
how long ago we met? So how many years is that? 16, 17?
Well, for the second time, yes.
Yeah.
I have known Darren. We have known one another for...
Well, pretty much all our lives. We were kind of from the same town, so yeah.
Born and bred in the same small town. And we used to work when I was like a teenager at the same leisure centre. Darren was really good friends with my brother, like back in the day. They went on holiday together and
played football
together and all of that business. And then, you kind of like, do your thing. And then we re-met about 17 years ago. And it was just like randomly bumped into one another while we were watching a band in Derby.
Yeah, we're both sort of, I think it's, full disclosure, we're both sort of, our relationships, our previous relationships are both run the course. So we found ourselves in similar situations and yeah, we're out a few dates and the rest is history. What else did you ask? Did you ask about Dylan? So we live in a place called Belper, which is in Derbyshire. You work in cosmetics. Do you want to say your company's name?
I don't think it's a secret. I think I'm allowed to say I work for L'Oreal.
Because you are worth it, Mrs. Jones.
No, I'm trying not to flick my hair while I'm saying it, but yes, I've worked for them for about 15 years now. So
okay, yes. I work in financial services. I better not say the organisation because it's a bit, But yeah, that's what I do. Work in like banking type stuff. But on the nice side, I'm not,
one of the good guys.
I help people get mortgages, basically, is what I do.
Nice. And Dylan's still at home with you at the moment, is he?
Yeah, well, wow. Yeah, kind of. He splits his time between here and his mum's. Well, increasingly, it's here, his mum's, his girlfriend's. So, yeah, he kind of has 3 rucksacks at any given time. But yeah, he's still at home. He's got himself a nice little kind of post-uni job, doing all sorts of clever product descriptions and online articles and stuff. I don't really understand it, Mike, if I'm honest with you, but he's far more creative than me. So he's doing well. He's doing really well.
Fantastic. That's good news.
So tell us about the first time you went to Vegas and did you absolutely fall in love with the place there and then?
So our first times were separate. You start with your first time because that was like
my first time was when I was 8. My mum and dad we did a bit of a trip to see my mum's pen pal in America, and my mum's a massive Elvis fan. We didn't make it to Gracelands, but she was adamant she had a couple of nights in Vegas to sort of pay homage. This would be like 81, 82. Don't remember much about it. Obviously, I didn't get hooked because then for the rest of my life until I met this one,
You weren't on the craps table all evening then, no?
No, mate, no. I think my highlight was, I remember going to Circus and getting like an LA Dodgers baseball hat. That was my highlight. But I'd got no interest in Vegas at all. In fact, it was the last thing I really wanted to do until Sally came into my life. And then, Sally, you tell the guys kind of what happened with me, you, and somehow getting me back over there.
Yeah, so I first went in 2002. I'd been twice before Darren and I got together, and I fell in love with it, but I didn't gamble at all, like not 1 cent. But there was something about it that drew me back. And we have, I think you know them, Nick and Lynn, our really good friends. They go to Vegas an awful lot, and me, Nick and Lynn would be talking about it constantly, and Darren was like, I don't get it, I don't want to go, don't like the idea of it, was completely against it. But eventually I did manage to like convince him to come with me, only on the caveat that we would go to New York first. So that was the place that he wanted to go, and then we would go and appease me and go to Las Vegas. And he hated it.
I literally hated it. We landed so we had a great 4 days in New York. I loved New York. And then we had a crappy flight from JFK over to McCarran. It was just turbulence all the way. We landed into Vegas on the Friday of Labor Day weekend. And I just hated it. I was just like, this place is nuts. It's everything I thought it would be. Flash, Gary, load of yahoos screaming and shouting. I don't want this. This is not me. And that's how I went to bed on the Friday night. I came downstairs, Bellagio. I came downstairs on the Saturday morning, got myself a coffee, sat at a slot machine, and I think I just gave my head a wobble. I looked again at what was happening, people enjoying themselves, gambling, lights, free drinks, and I thought, this place isn't the problem. I'm the problem. If I can't enjoy myself here, there's something wrong with me. And I did a complete 180 in like the Saturday morning. I went from hating it to loving it, and I've been hooked ever since. So I can hand on heart say it wasn't an immediate love affair with me. I had to kind of wobble my own British conservativeness out of me to embrace it, but eventually I got there.
So. Took a good 18 hours, but and thank God, because I was sat in the room thinking, well, I mean, this is clearly not going to work.
We were there for 6 days.
We're just going to have to go our separate
4 days New York and 6 in Vegas. So you must have been thinking, Christ, I've got 6 days of this grumpy bus.
Absolute misery.
Yeah. So there you go. That was what, 16, 17 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting introduction. So your very first visit, Darren, you loved Circus at the age of 8. And then your second visit, you hated Vegas. Well,
I don't recall
staying at the Bellagio,
isn't it?
I'm not sure I recall saying I loved Circus. I think I remember it because I think I did love it. But no, I only remember it because I got this cap, as I say. But there are 1 or 2 old photos in Mum's photo album, like the room at the Tropicana, and there's a couple outside Caesars, and Caesars obviously back in 81, 82 was very different to what it is now. So yeah, I honestly, I wish I could remember more, Mike. But yeah, it was a strange place to go as a kid. I remember my dad falling out with a security guard. It was that classic tale of me wandering a bit too close to a slot machine. Big security guard comes over with a gun and stuff and shepherds me away. And my dad pins this guy up against the wall and is like, don't touch my son. My dad was a Derbyshire lad, right? So, yeah, it was fun. It was a fun trip.
Excellent. So numerous trips later, you get the phone or the camera out, and you start to film your escapades in Vegas. So how did that come about?
You want me to take this one?
Yes.
So, I mean, the simple answer is COVID and Matt Bridget, but I'll try and be a little bit more interesting than that. So about 11 years ago now, we had this concept for the Las Vegas couple, and we set up the Instagram page, and we had this great idea that we could maybe do a website and do like a his and hers view of Vegas. I think the catalyst in my mind was Sally dragging me to like Matt Goss and me actually loving it and thinking I was going to hate it. So I said, look, wouldn't it be great if a British couple did something that was kind of, if you go here, this is what he thinks about it, this is what she thought about it, and just do sort of a bit of a thing like that. We ran out of steam with it, Mike, if I'm honest with you. It was kind of almost like too much trouble. We didn't think there was a market there. And then COVID hit, and we'd done every box set on Netflix like everybody else, and we'd run out of things to talk about. So we start flicking through YouTube, and we stumble across Matt and a couple of others, the sort of original, we absolutely, those guys that were doing it pre-COVID, shall we say. And we're like, wow, there is a real market for Vegas content, obviously slot-heavy Vegas content. And then we hooked up with the Facebook groups and the sort of social media groups, the Las Vegas Club, God rest its soul. And we just sort of thought, oh, we can do that, not nowhere near that standard. But I have to say the inspiration came from Matt. And the other original guys that were doing it, obviously, you know, props to Nikki and Claire as well. They were doing it. I think Ben Heath was doing it. And I'm missing a load of people, but all the people that started this silliness are to blame. And it was just a thought I had that we could lay some memories down for ourselves. So as Sally said on our vlogs before, and I know you guys are the same from speaking to you previously, we're doing it for us. We do it for our memories. Yeah. And I think if you were to hold a gun to my head and say, right, that, you know, from now on, the vlogs you do, other people can watch, but you can't. They'll never be viewable to me. I'd just stop doing it. I literally, it's kind of like our photo album, if you like.
So on a slow Sunday evening in Jones Towers, then, yeah, it's not unknown for you to whip on a bit of Las Vegas Couple before going to bed, yeah?
We do, and that's like a really garish thing to say. I get that, but it's like you want to relive your happy moments. It is beautiful watching other people's vlogs as well, but there's certain moments where you want to go back and relive it. And doing the vlogs, you can do that. It's it's lovely. I love it. And comforting. It's nice, like a comfy pair of slippers.
We only do that once we're up to date with I'll Take the Window Seat vlogs.
Obviously.
Obviously. You're welcome.
So I think I know the answer to this already, but for everyone else, who does all the hard work of the editing and whatnot?
I put it all together. So Darren's an absolute technophobe. And, you know, you really wanted to vlog, but he was like, I can only do it if you can do that. So I just... As you know, Sarah, you just have to self-teach, don't you, on these kind of things? I had no idea how to do it, but you kind of, you know, whatever is required to hold the marriage together, you need to make it happen, don't you?
You did. Took one for the team.
No, but it's me. And I really, really enjoy it. But I'm like, I spend too long. I'm a procrastinator. It's just like I'll... you know, get a little bit too deep on one 30-second clip that I don't need to be thinking so much about.
Behind every mediocre man, there's a great woman, Darren, yeah?
Wow. I think mediocre's pushing it a little bit, Mike. I think that's artificially inflating my my role here, but yeah.
You and me both. So what's one of the strangest things that's happened when you've been vlogging in Vegas, yeah? What's some strange things that have happened along the strip or wherever else?
Yeah. So nothing majorly, like, you know, we've not seen like a horrible thing or crime or anything like that. We've not, I can't recall anything that's kind of startled us. I think a strange thing, and it was because it had never happened before. It does happen a fair bit now, and I know you guys get this as well, but I guess being the generation we are, we didn't really grow up appreciating social media and its worldwide reach. So you put a vlog series out and you think, oh, half a dozen people in my hometown are going to watch it out of curiosity. And then maybe people from the Vegas community, good people like yourselves will watch it, but that's about it. And it was the first time we were just playing a slot machine in New York. And this couple came over and said, oh, we watch your vlogs, and obviously Americans. And I was like, okay, where are you from? And they said, Grand Falls, North Dakota, which I didn't even know that was a place. Stacey and Jason.
Beautiful. We bumped into them last trip as well.
So it wasn't strange in that it's happened to us a bunch of times since, but the first time it happened, it was proper strange. And I guess what is strange, actually, thinking about it, we bumped into them again, totally unscripted, 2 years later. It was on the last March trip, wasn't it? We didn't know they were in town. They didn't know we were in town. And we just both happened to be in the Henry at 7:30 on a Monday morning. And it was like...
sat next to one another having breakfast.
I have to say, the first time somebody in what I assume is a relatively small part of the United States, you know, comes over and says hello was quite strange. And I'm sure you guys felt it when that happened to you for the first time.
It's the weirdest feeling, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's the nearest to stardom you'll ever get.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
I aspire for no more.
So for anyone that's starting out on their whole vlogging journey, what sort of tips would you give them?
You go, Sam.
Christ, to be honest with you, I get quite a few direct messages on Instagram about this with people wanting to start, and they're like, do you have any advice about it? And Darren doesn't check Instagram, so it's always me, just FYI, in case anybody's on Instagram. For me, I think one, be yourself, because that's the only way. But don't look at what other people are doing. Produce the content that you want to sit down in your living room and watch, because really that is the only thing that matters. So I know Darren's a little bit vocal about this sometimes. It's like, it doesn't really matter what other people think, but genuinely it doesn't. If you think about it too much, you will send yourself absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Just
on a Friday night while you're having a curry, what do you want to watch? And that's kind of what we want to capture when we're away, and what we enjoy watching.
And the answer is Dragon Link bonuses.
Dragon Link bonuses all day long. Heartthrob.
Yeah.
Show it to me.
That's it.
Love it.
And talking about slots, so obviously a lot of the channels that we all consume together, are slot heavy, and because you just simply can't film at table games on a regular basis, But do you guys play other games other than
slots? Yeah, less and less, mate, if I'm honest with you. So just linking back to when Sally first dragged me there, I genuinely hated the slots. I just thought they were a scam. And Sally and I would play slots for like half an hour at the start of the evening. I'd be grinding my teeth to get on the roulette table, or craps, or blackjack, or baccarat, or whatever.
Just trying to get a drink.
So my balance of gambling's gone from 95% tables and a reluctant 5% slot to now completely the opposite way. But sure, while we're in town, particularly when we go downtown and the mins are a bit lower, I'll play blackjack and craps and a bit of roulette. I've not played baccarat for many years. I can't remember my last live game of poker in Vegas. That feels like I'm overdue.
Years ago, yeah.
But yeah, we've played a lot of tables, and you used to enjoy spin of the wheel as well, didn't you, roulette?
Yeah, and I used to. That's what we did. I would say that, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours of our night was on the roulette table.
Yeah.
And I did love it.
There's only when we started watching the vlogs. I keep pointing to my TVs over there.
Right there.
There's only when we started watching the vlogs during COVID that we kind of really got
we saw how
a
fun
little
it could
bit
be.
invested in slots. And yeah, to Sally's point, how fun it could be.
Yeah.
Because up to that point, I just thought they were a complete rip-off, and I was better, angle shooting on the blackjack table for like 3 hours and grinding my nuts off. And it turns out that isn't fun. Who'd have thought?
Not as much fun, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your biggest win that you've had then?
Easy one, Sal.
The biggest win, I think it was 2 years ago in June, was when we got the major on Heartthrob. And I think, I can't remember exactly,
but 5,500.
About 5,500. About 5,500.
If Sarah's editing well, it's about to appear now.
Ta-da!
If I can find the clip, I'll send it to you.
Well, that was. I hope people go and find that vlog, because it's real fun. In as much that immediately before that drop, that was just a rando 100 after we'd just won a maxed out major for 1,000, and that maxed out major really. It had just killed us. We'd invested
it had taken
quite
us
heavily.
To the floor and back again.
There's a lot of emotion on that vlog in terms of the ups and downs of gambling and what a difference 23 minutes can make. We went from angrily being 300 down to winning a maxed out major, and then just screw it. We'll have some $5 spins on Heartthrob, then we'll go bed, and another major drops in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that was it.
And for us guys, Darren, I guess for us guys in the UK. You drop $6,500 in one evening. That makes a big difference to your Vegas schedule for the next period of time. Yeah,
it makes a huge difference.
Massive.
Yeah, I mean, the way I've rationalized our Vegas expenditure, Mike, is a lot of people will listen to what we take, and we're similar budget, I think, to you guys, right? So. And they'll be like, you gamble that much? And when you then explain, yes, we do, but we're kind of not paying for the hotels. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to stay in places like the Bellagio, the Aria, etc., for 10, 11 nights, you're not going to get that for less than $2,500. So what would you rather do? Pay $2,500 to the receptionist that you're never going to get back, or get that for free and gamble $2,500 that you might get back? It's a no-brainer, right? So yeah, you're right, mate. It is an obscene amount of money, and it does make a difference to your trip. But I know you were the same when you had your big hits, plural. you know, your immediate thought is that means I'm not going to get any money out for my next trip. That means I've not got to save up for my next trip, as opposed to, oh my God, I'll get myself something from the Tiffany store. I mean, she does that as well, but you know.
May combine those two elements together.
Yeah. You could have something to remember it by, Sally, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So talking about comps, yeah. So if are you guys like loyal to MGM or Caesars, or are you like wherever the comp is will happily stay? Or and if all the comps were level, where's home?
Okay. So
well, I think we are drawn by comps. But we are also loyal to MGM. So I don't think we'll ever sway from them. But off the back of that, we do enjoy the sort of like the match with Fontainebleau. We've started getting them at Resorts World now. The only one that we're not loyal in any way, shape or form to Caesars. They're not my preferred properties.
Still give us comps though.
But and we've not really gambled properly in there for years, but we still, every single time, we'll get 5 comp nights. Oh, wow. And I do feel a little bit bad because we do keep like booking 5 nights free and then go to MGM.
It's like a placeholder.
And then something else better comes along and we've never stayed there. So we've always ended up cancelling it, which is so awful. But then they're still like, they want us back, and we've done nothing to deserve that whatsoever.
No, and I'm not sure.
They're very loyal to us for no reason.
I'm not sure any of their properties really attract me, though. So to Mike's second question, for some reason, mate, I'm going to say the Wynn. I've never stayed there. I don't know whether I'd like it, but because we haven't got comps there, there's some sort of, it's almost like forbidden fruit. It's like I kind of really want to stay there now. And if there's anybody out there who knows a good sort of route in for the offer match, so. The other places that we've tried to offer match have been sound. We haven't tried at the Wynn. Maybe we should, but I think the answer to your question probably, mate, is yes, we're loyal to MGM, and I'd give the Wynn a shout. What about you, Sal?
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. And the Venetian, right? we're poking a hand in there.
We've got a query.
Waiting for something coming back from them, but but Win for sure.
It's definitely handy to have a second place outside of MGM, isn't it? To cover those 3 middle nights if you possibly can.
Yeah. Fontainebleau. I think Fontainebleau / Resort World. I tell you what, mate, I cannot believe the quality of our Resort World comps. It's like, you know, having already taken a comp deal at the Hilton, we're now getting comp like suites at the Conrad.
Oh, nice.
And really nice rooms at Crockford's. 3 nights comp. Don't get too excited. But to your point, mate, 3's all you need, right? You can chop the triple with that. So it's unbelievable. And obviously we're not going there in a couple of weeks' time when we go again. So we'll be able to go in and just spend coin without taking an offer, so that should help as well. So
we haven't done a huge amount to deserve that from Resorts World either, to be perfectly honest.
Pop in the high limit room, drop $300 and then come out. Like they obviously have worked out that they've got something in their algorithm that says, well, they spend this money really quick and then we don't see them again.
That's because you take it really quick. Give us something.
Excellent. All right, so what about time of year then? When's your favourite time of the year to go?
I like the summer still. We always used to go in July, like scorching hot, and I'd never had a problem with that. We've mixed it up a lot recently, March, May, November, whatever. But I still think summer. I'm looking forward to going in a few weeks' time. It'll be just into September then, but I like the heat.
I love the heat, and I think that for me sparks Vegas when you get off the plane or you come out the airport and you can feel it immediately. Like when we've been in November before. You just, don't get me wrong, I'm obviously delighted to be there, but it's not that same, it's not the same feeling. And also when the sun shines and it's hot, I just think it looks so much more spectacular.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Middle of the year.
And the drinks go down much quicker as well when it's 42 degrees.
You've got to keep hydrated, haven't you?
Got to stay safe.
We're in the desert.
Well, while we're talking about drinks, so favorite bar and restaurant in Vegas then, You got a go-to place.
Yeah, I think easy for us, and there'll be no surprises if you've watched our vlogs. Ghost Bar, and I'm going to say Mon Ami, Gabby.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
I know you're not fans.
But, we've never had a bad experience.
We used to love it. We used to go every trip, and we just fell out of love with it a little bit.
It is like that, isn't it? If you've not had a great experience, you can't you can only kind of have that once before you start judging. We've never, so it still remains our number one.
Would you agree with Ghost Bar?
Never 100%. Been.
Oh, there you go.
We've never been.
You need to go.
There you go. You need to change that up.
You need to go. There's spectacular views from a lot of places in Vegas, but nothing beats Ghost Bar. Nothing.
Right. Add it to the trip. Next trip.
Let's do
Absolutely. So here's a question. There's all the places that you love. If you could burn down one place in this wonderful city and level it and start again, what would it be?
Okay.
I guess you can have one each, I guess.
From a health and safety perspective, I wouldn't wish any hotel burning down. Clearly, if I didn't,
yes,
I wouldn't
safely implode. Let's go with that.
If I wouldn't be bothered if it closed tomorrow, I am going to say, well, there's only one of them, to be fair, because I like all of the other ones on the strip. MGM.
MGM Grand, yeah.
I don't like it. It's too big. I don't get it. It's we get lost in there. I feel it's soulless. Like Darren will walk into the MGM and we're both, we walk into the MGM and almost in unison, it's just like, I don't know why we're here.
How'd you get out?
What are we doing and how do we get out?
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what it's done to upset us. My answer's the same. I don't know what it's done to upset us. I do apologise. And obviously I don't wish ill of the building, particularly with its history, not there, but the one with the palace. I think it's run its course. It's a big, ugly green thing, and it doesn't. Everything Sally said, I agree with. It's
funny. It's for us. It's the one MGM property that we probably never go to for exactly that reason.
Precisely, yeah.
It's the wrong side. It's the wrong side of the street.
Yes.
And just big and green. And when we stayed there, we've never won there.
I play in a pub poker league. And the star prize is like a week playing poker, all expenses, flights and accommodation in Vegas. And they used to do it at the Orleans, out towards Palms. And they made a big thing a couple of years ago. They were like, don't worry, we're moving it to MGM Grand. And I was like, no, don't do that. I'd literally rather stay at Orleans than MGM Grand. But anyway, if I do ever qualify, I can use my comps and stay somewhere else. So, yeah.
Right, okay, so if you weren't in Las Vegas, where else would you go on holiday?
We only tend to go, we've stopped doing Canary Islands type holidays, haven't we, Sal? So we'll just take the dog away now to like Withensea or the northeast coast of the UK.
Dylan's too old to kind of want to go away on the regular with us now, and obviously we've got the dog, so yes, we don't want to lie in a sun lounger. I would much rather see the dog on the beach living his best life chasing tennis balls. That's my idea of absolute heaven.
Funnily enough, for the first time since COVID in June, we had a week off work and stayed at home, and that's because it was so hot. It was that week that was scorching, so we couldn't really do out with Brady. It was cruel to put him in the car. Cruel to put him on the tarmac, let alone the car. Yeah. So we just stayed in our back garden for a week, and it was bloody glorious. So
glorious.
Just English seaside towns that are suitable for a dog, basically.
Sometimes the simple bits are the best bits.
They are.
It's just.
So flipping back to Sin City, yeah, we talked about things that are possibly being imploded in green. Yeah. So if that site imploded and everybody was safe and you could rebuild something, what's missing in the city? Yeah. What you could cast a sort of a magic wand, what would you have in its place?
You go.
This personal choice, it wouldn't survive more than 2 minutes because it wouldn't be popular enough. But I'd like a proper, authentic indie club, and I'm thinking indie in the spirit it evokes for somebody my age. So, jangly guitar-based sort of studenty bands, American and British, and I'm not being, So, yeah, it's something like that. I think there's a lot of country places on the strip, and I understand why. And you're never short of rock type music, but I'd just love to hear, imagine like the Lead Mill in Sheffield or the Tivoli in Bristol back in the day, or I don't know, all the great indie clubs that we've got in the UK. I think to try and do something like that in Vegas would be obviously foolish because it wouldn't work. But for me, on a personal level, it'd be like I'd spend every moment of every day in there.
Yeah. I think
probably if it was a country bar, it'd survive, Darren, because they seem to be on the rise. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Well, yeah.
He's not a fan.
No, I'm not as anti as I used to be. It's grinding me down. It certainly does grind on me. But yeah, country and rock music you're not short of on the Strip. So maybe throw some Stone Roses in for those of us with a slightly different taste. What
about you, Sal?
Probably the same, to be honest with you. We do we love live music, so we tend to try and seek it out, which is why we go to Carnival Court so often. And like, we'll literally be on the weekend, we'll be having a look at any upcoming gigs and stuff. And there's just
checking dive bars for gigs,
like checking the bands out on YouTube and stuff. And it's so far and few between. I just think a good live music venue that wasn't typically what you can get in every bar in Vegas. Yeah, I would love that. There was a really cool bar that we stumbled across in New York once, and I can't remember what it was. Fool's Gold it was called, but it was just very much a homage to like Stone Roses, Oasis, and that was really cool to find in New York. I would love somewhere like that.
In the East Village, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, and I know it's really niche and it's just like an us thing, but music is our passion. So,
well, probably of all the vloggers, you guys are the ones who you do a huge amount of research about these things to go and see, because you've been out of the town to do sort of sporting events and things you've seen over the years as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We do. To Sally's point, we do kind of check out what's going on in and around. We're not going to like get cars and go miles out like I know you guys and others have done, but no, we do try and look in different nooks and crannies, more to try and find the stuff that we really want to do, particularly if it's sort of music related. Sorry if you heard the dog choking them, by the way.
It wasn't one of us.
Yeah.
The dog's
he's right next to us. And
he's licking. He's got a hairball.
Got a hairball. Sorry.
And talking about hairballs and food, yeah. So if you could choose one restaurant to take a famous person to, yeah, who would be your famous person for dinner in Vegas, and where would you take them?
Oh, it's a great one. What, can they be dead? Can it be anybody from history?
Can have anybody you want.
Right. So as tempting as it is to say, like, someone fascinating like Einstein or Mozart, I think if I'm in Vegas, I want to talk Vegas. So I'm going to say I would take Bugsy Siegel to Prime Steakhouse at Bellagio.
Oh, wow.
And just get him to talk to me about the mob and all that stuff of setting up the Flamingo. That would be my answer, I think.
Love it.
Oh gosh, there's so many people. I'm going to say this is like really, again, niche. I'm a bit quirky.
Don't say Matt Goss.
No, Reverend Richard Coles. I love that man.
Yeah.
But I would want to take him somewhere really fun, but not like noisy, like Mayfair Supper Club, where we could actually have a conversation.
Pinky's Vanderpump. You love it there.
No, I'm not queuing. Not behind a shitty rope. I don't know. Do you know what? I'd be happy at McDonald's with him, or just it being in his company. It doesn't really matter where I am.
So you've gone for a
Reverend Richard Coles
a
at
C-list
McDonald's.
Celebrity off Twitter. You take him for a
He's
Happy
not
Meal.
C-list to me.
What aspirations you have?
I love that man.
There you go.
Wow.
Sally's clearly happy to settle in life.
Well, yeah.
Well,
strange,
huh?
Hey, them's the breaks.
So so next time, yeah.
Yeah, next time. So we're seeing you in a couple of weeks, I think you said.
We are seeing you in a couple of weeks.
We'll see you there. The do. Yes, I don't think we can talk about that, can we? No, we can't.
The bit of the do, yeah. And then I think you've mentioned it earlier, but when are you back out in Sin City?
7th of September, 35 days.
Not for 35 days, in 35 days' time.
I was going to say,
September, we're going for 11 nights.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sorry, that was a brutally quick answer. In 35 days' time, yeah.
And this is a Fontainebleau squeeze, is it, of MGM?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, four nights Fontainebleau, and then we've got 8 booked at the Bellagio. So paying like $60 a night for the last four nights comp, and then $60 for the last 4 nights. So it's just not worth moving for that money. I was like, you know what, I want to get settled at the Bellagio. I think we've got Saturday night booked at Durango, so we'll probably pop over there and just take an overnight bag with us. So, yep, looking forward to it.
That was an accidental booking. We didn't actually aim to book at the Durango, but we have ended up. We thought we were booking.
Sent
at
an email to the wrong station host. So we're like, okay, Durango's fine.
Then there was a communication. So anyway, we're going to the Durango.
Wonderful. Well, hopefully everybody watching has learned an awful lot more about you guys this evening. We've learned 1 or 2 things, and we've known you for a little while. So thank you very much for taking part in our first ever series of In the Window Seat. And clearly we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Loved it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
we
guys.
love you guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye. See you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Bye.